Thousand Year Door remake is everything I could have wanted from a Paper Mario game. Well, maybe that's a bit of an overstatement. An entirely new game would have probably left more of an impact. But this is like a huge leap in the right direction. The combat, the style, the dialogue, the music, and all the little new stuff they added too. It's just so good. And such a refresher compared to the recent trend of Paper Mario games made in the last decade. To think it's really been over a decade. I'm just gonna say this now, but my first Paper Mario games were Super for the Wii and Sticker Star. Now I know that sounds bad, but hear me out. I think Super is pretty damn good, story-wise at least. Not very replayable, but still good. And Sticker Star is... yeah. Ignore the fact that I've beaten it like 6 times, I'm mentally deranged. Then I played 64 on my Wii U, Color Splash, which is the only Paper Mario game I've never beaten before, Origami King, and finally Thousand Year Door on very, very legal ways. Yeah. Now before this remake, Origami King has been my favorite Paper Mario. It was just such a joyride the whole way through. I love everything about that game, but it definitely has its flaws. And we'll get to that later. Origami King also has one of my favorite soundtracks to any game ever, and I'm just gonna insert this here because they deserve it. If you haven't already, go check out the Origami King medley. It's like really good. It's like really good, and you should watch it. Please do that. That's not to understate how much I love just about every Paper Mario game in the series, though. The original trilogy is still great, and its combat is definitely superior to the newer games. Besides Super, of course. Anyway, back on topic. The Thousand Year Door remake has done something I've always wanted to happen with the series. As someone who has played and really enjoyed just about every entry, I've always believed that there's been something holding all of them from being truly outstanding. Whether that be hardware limitations, or weird business practices, and decisions made by higher-ups. There's a lot of those. While I love these games, they all have their flaws, and this remake has given me a taste of a game where many of those problems have been just removed. What this remake has done essentially is combine everything great about the first 2 games and the modern games, in quotes, to create something engaging for like every sense. I swear, it's like sensory overload sometimes. I can almost taste the greatness. The biggest and most obvious difference between the two are the graphics, and let me tell you, they're freaking amazing. All the characters have been giving these layers to certain appendages. The lighting is phenomenal. It really creates an amazing atmosphere in so many areas. I mean, literally just like freaking look at it. This also kind of assesses the whole white outline thing a few people didn't like when it came to Color Splash and Origami King, which I think really doesn't matter that much. But this time, they mix things up, and simply the change being there is great. It shows that they know how to make a certain style work, and it recreates the look of the game perfectly, in my opinion. Some people have complained about the 30 FPS, and they have a point, but for me, I don't think it's a big deal. I've always had a hard time telling 30 and 60 FPS apart anyway, so I know it does have some changes with the timing though, so I can't really argue with that. The graphics combined with the few new things they added, such as animations, bosses, and oh my gosh, again, the freaking music. One of my favorite things in RPGs is the trend of having variations of battle themes depending on location, and this game just clears that category completely. I never got bored of battles before, and this music just makes me want to refight things over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I didn't even mention all the new tracks they added. Like, holy hell, this game's OST is just insane. Just like look it up. Even if I still think Origami Kings is still a little better, but like, this is definitely a close second for best in the series for sure. And with my little review of the series and the remake out of the way, I want to talk about what this means for the series as a whole and the potential for the next game, which honestly at this point I'm really excited about. So, the inner workings of these games have been quite messy for a while now, with strange decisions being made by higher-ups, many of which did not allow for the creations of new or modified Mario characters, which always really flustered me because you have a game like Odyssey and it's like, we're gonna throw orc people and weird robot guys and also actual human beings into our game. Meanwhile, Babu Papmar can only use
little toadies.
Because of that, it felt like for a while they always had to make workarounds with toads in costumes and inanimate objects being given personalities. Since a scissor isn't technically a new Mario character and is more of an object that can talk, I don't know. I mean, it's also been known that Miyamoto hasn't been a huge fan of storytelling as well in many of the Mario games he's overseen. And that's why many don't focus on such. Sticker star. Sticker star. Oh man, yeah. But now, we're in a new era. Hopefully, maybe, probably, I don't know. You can never really tell with Nintendo. They're kind of insane like they are with this remake that just came out of nowhere. Anyway, even still, this past year has been insane in terms of new remakes for RPGs. Like, we just got the Mario RPG remake, and now this. And even new games like Mario Wonder that have really strayed away from those stale and sanitized Mario games of the past. It really leaves me hopeful for the future of Mario RPGs, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of them with completely new games with the successor to the Switch. The team behind Origami King and this remake has really shown their skill at just making games in general, making them look, sound great. It's like they're a really good team with many limitations. I'm really excited for a game that just has no restrictions, like at least story-wise. Mario may just be the Bing Bing Wahoo funny man, but when Mario stories are good, we get things like Bowser's Inside Story and TTYD, and it'd be really great to get something as memorable as the RPGs that came before this remake. Please bring back the Mario and Luigi games, I'm begging you, Nintendo. Please. With that being said, I think Paper Mario and even Mario spin-offs in general have a really bright future ahead of them. It's insane that we got a TTYD remake in the first place. There's a reason they chose that game instead of the original. They know it's what people wanted, and if it does really well, I can see it doing wonders for the future of Mario spin-offs. And with that, I have to say, this is my first time making a video like this on my channel. I felt a little weird recording this and just like speaking to myself, but I wanted to try a video format like this out. This isn't the usual content I post, but hey, I just like making things I want to make at certain times, and this was one of the things I wanted to make. Also, sorry if my voice is not the best. Not only is this my first time recording like this, not only is the mic crusty, but also I'm still a little sick. If this does well, maybe I'll make more videos like this. I already have another wacky topic in mind, but also I just have to feel like making a video anyway. That's just how I work. Feel free to critique the crap out of me. You know, maybe leave a like as well. You know, I mean, it'd be cool. You don't have to. I know this isn't the highest quality content, but you know, I try. Anyway, to end this off, I know someone in particular wants to know how I like this game compared to Origami King. And to that, here's the grand reveal. Get the drum roll. Get the drum roll. Come on, yeah. I don't know. I kind of, I like both of them.